He single-handedly won Illinois. All right, you can see the bridge into Paducah. That's one big scary statue. Alright, I don't know what's going on with that boat out there, but it's been out there since yesterday. And their lights were just off. It's 6:27 a.m. And as I was approaching, they just turned them on. But they were on last night too. They were here all day yesterday and all night. Turned the lights off for a little bit, and now they're back on 6:27 a.m. on the bridge that goes to Paducah. I wonder if they played Reveille back in the late 1700s. At this old fort. Metropolis, Illinois is home of Superman. Superman is a big deal in Metropolis. Giant Superman statue, Superman store, Hollywood. Noel Neal, who's that guy? And then you got the big statue for the grocery store. Alright, I want to read this sign. I think it's really neat. It's a historical sign. 1757, 1907. Okay, historical. The monuments, cannons, and fountain are erected on the site of old Fort Massac. It almost looks like massacre. Here on the 20th of June, 1757, a fort called Fort Ascension, later known as Fort Massac, was completed by the French under Charles Philippe Aubry. It was destroyed by the French themselves in 1764, before this territory passed into the hands of the British. On this same spot, a second fort was completed by the United States on the 31st of March, 1794, and was occupied by a garrison until 1814, 20 years. When it was finally abandoned, George Rogers Clark, on his way to Kaskiykia, entered the Illinois country with his regiments at the mouth of the Fort Massac Creek, 1 mile above the site of this fort, on the 28th of June, 1778. It was probably here that a flag representing the sovereignty of the United States was first unfolded in this state. At some unknown place between this site and the mouth of Ohio River, Charles St. Denis bought a trading post and tannery in the autumn of 1702, and to this first settlement of Europeans in the Ohio Valley, Father Jean Mermet came to preach to the Indians the word of God. Alright, I'm going to stop. So in my effort to try to improve my cooking experience, I think I want to keep this cook the propane and everything just kind of resting here so it's easy access. Have the dial facing me. I just want things to be easier for cooking. I want that experience to improve. So there's somebody living in a trailer who's flying a flag that says, "Don't blame me, I voted for Trump." And they're living in a trailer. Trump loves the poorly educated. What a mess. That's a bus that says on the back of it, "Fire Bus." This is what they've turned those cars into. Waiting to be picked up on the side of the water, side of the river. Wow. And then we got the restricted area. Wow. Oh, pile. Somebody's living right next to it. Is that their property? Security notice. Alright, well, I don't see any security person, so it can't be that big of a deal. Wow, there's a van on top of a hill. They're doing this like as an art piece. This isn't somebody's yard. They got cars parked. Busted out bus windows. They just make piles like they're art pieces here. Right in town too. But I mean, also it's an oily smell. Also it's next to the river. Those are propane tanks, that blue pile. Wow. Ingram dump. Wow, that's pretty neat. Since it's a Sunday, I guess, you know, there's really nobody around to stop me. I could take a look at their, what is this, lime pile? Ooh. Yeah, that's different operations and activity along the river. They can specialize in. All persons entering this facility and items brought in are subject to search. Unauthorized access constitutes a breach of security. Yeah, this is an art piece. Whoops. Zoomed in a little too much. So these are the trucks that carry it all away. Huh. Yeah, people live around here. Imagine being neighbors to this. How much is that house worth? So you don't exactly take a nice bicycle ride along the river here. And nobody's living in that house. They're mowing the lawn. Is Ingram mowing the lawn? Oh, they got the same notices, so I'm guessing those notices over there are controlled. Indicate that it's part of Ingram. It probably says Ingram to the river as well. These are very, very nice looking fitness ropes. Oh my god, just untie it and pull it. Those are actually thicker than what I got. Great bicycle. Oh. Bicycle route. Great bicycle route. That's what I was trying to say. You go along that I don't know, metal crushing recycling place. And what's this? Coal? Coal just floating on the barges, waiting to be pushed. So there's plenty of work ahead for those guys. All right, I'm a little bit closer. Just for a closer look. They're angled out for easier pickup, I'm guessing. Kind of have this angle going out, and I think it might be showing like the direction that they're going. Probably that way. And then there's a coal-fired plant with 2 pipes, not shooting out anything right now, but I plan on crossing the river, not on the train tracks, but I'll be kind of downwind from them pipes, whatever that factory is. There's a lot of signs. People camped along the river edge and left behind a skunky smelling, pretty good shape sleeping bag. I'm a little far from my car, but maybe hanging on the vine. And oh, I hope there's no snakes. Smells like a little skunky, but I think that smell could get out. I I don't exactly need more sleeping bags, but that's not too bad. There's more signs further down of camping. Alright, I left my bicycle back there, and I see a trail to get right up, so I'm gonna go back before I go further down and get that bicycle for bringing up here. Alright, homeless activity and just general garbage. Well, this looks like a tent. Yeah, that's a tent for sure. Still got the stakes. Yeah, that's a sign of homeless activity. And who would put rocks in the tree? They're kind of stuck. Fire. Just kind of shows random spots. And you can, pretty much get away with it. They do mow the grass here. You could get away with it for a while. Diabetic needle. Didn't notice that when I was here yesterday. Alright, I'm going to just take a glance at this giant Superman statue. Movie theater looks a little boarded up. Alright, so this is a courthouse. They have a statue at a courthouse. For some reason I was thinking that it was going to be a museum. And instead of the U's, they use V's in place. They got some kind of glasses. So I forgot that I hit the 3 times instead of the half. Ooh. Well, this must be the museum. I got a bunch of stuff to read. Yeah, this is a museum. It's open. It's $8, so there's a reason. There's a reason it's open on Sunday. So they really play up the superhero. I don't know about it. I don't think it's quite like the Hodag. And then they got the jail right next to it. Across the street from the courthouse. No skateboarding or bicycle riding. Huh. Alright, I found this just lying here. Somebody just tossed it off to the side or something. Although I like the grinder, because it's a grinder, there is weed in there. And I don't really want weed, so I think I'll dump it. It's got quite a smell. It'll make my car smell too much. So I mean, yeah, you could get a few puffs off of this if you wanted to, but I don't smoke. No, thank you. So I guess maybe somebody may have gotten scared, parked in the Chinese restaurant parking lot. Maybe a cops were swinging by, so they decided to toss it. But I gotta say, it doesn't really have any clear damage, like it was thrown and it fell hard. It might have just got set down gently. Somebody walked over and just set it down. This is pretty rare for me to see. In front of the mall, they got a reserve for police sign. That's not a good sign to see. As expected, they're unlocked at least after 8, at least before 10. It's a pretty good sized mall, big walking space. Do they turn the lights on when it opens? It's pretty dark. I feel like it's almost abandoned, but this is a pretty well-stocked mall, actually. It's just so dark. I was wondering why I was seeing so many jackets laying around here. It's all the mall walkers. They just leave their jackets right here. It's like the center or something. And then they go on their walk around. Does the Best Buy entrance really open up in the mall too? The bathroom is far away from the food court. This is a screwed up mall. So during COVID, when they closed all the malls that I saw, the mall walkers walked outside the mall instead, or maybe just didn't come. Might have been a reduction in the mall walkers, but some just walked outside the mall. Well, I pulled one garbage can and it's just empty. I don't know why anybody would just toss 10 garbage cans and then put a tarp over them and leave them. 10 empty garbage cans. And the park's not far. Is it the park properties? Yeah, they're just empty. The 3 I'm checking, and they all feel the same. Like the soil, it's been a long enough time where soil was getting into them. I don't know, it makes no sense. Everything looks old too. It makes no sense. Okay, what I've seen living in these garbage barrels, these 1, 2, 3, 6. There's a mouse. That was what I was gonna talk about. Oh, there's another one. The mice turn this. Oh, the little one is confused about what to do. Where do you go? Since I'm tearing apart their home now. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's really strange. I don't know why anybody would do this. I mean, these are perfectly good. They have sat out here for probably 10 years. Trees have fallen on them. Animals have moved in. The tarp tears very easily. I think I'll put some by the trail. Just let them sit there. I have no use for them. Oh, that little mouse must be just a little immature mouse. Don't know what to do. Now that its home is taking a different shape. He could probably bury a body here. They buried garbage containers and nobody knew about it. The smell from a body would definitely be noticed, but these were buried behind the ledge, so you couldn't really see. Now they're a little more visible. This This might be some kind of a pump house. Plants, wall plants, flood for the flooding. They got this, the trail, which serves as a barrier. What gets my attention is you got that swelling down there, goes into a creek. Gets my attention are these three pipes. Is that for the water flow? If the water gets too high, then it shoots out the top. Got electric, so there's a pump of some kind. Looks relatively new, so this is a new approach. There's something jumping up and down in this water here. I guess it's taking a break. There it went. Like a fish? Look at that, it's just jumping. Jumping every 5 to 10 seconds. What's its problem? Really focused on this spot. There's this warning saying that this area is sewage. And it's a pretty strong fence around here. So the sewage is driving these fish crazy, making them jump every 5 seconds. Just do a little jump out of the water. They might have superpowers from this sewage. I can smell the sewage a little bit. Alright, I got over them a little bit and they've stopped jumping now. I see a lot of them in there. See, a lot of city property was donated by individuals. So generous of Bob Noble. Give it to the public so that I can hang out for the day somewhere. Paducah, Kentucky, Paducah, Kentucky. All bathers must wear a swimsuit with liners. Children 10 years and younger will not be permitted to enter the pool without an adult. This guy's acting like a real creep. What's up?
Park's closed.
What? The park's
closed, yep.
what?
Reopens at 6.
Will you close some gates or something?
Yeah. You'll have to come out to this gate over here.
What? When does the park close?
We do it all while the Christmas lights are on. It reopens at 6 o'clock.
No. So when the Christmas lights are on, you close the park?
Yeah, we have to do the testing and everything.
Well, I'm new to that. Where do I find out information about that?
You can go on the website.
So you're gonna turn these on?
Yeah.
Oh. Do you charge? What's that?
No, it's free.
Tonight's the last night?
Yeah, night's the last night. Then it goes back to regular stuff. But
Okay.
we close from...
Do you charge money?
No, free.
Oh, you said free? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You just have to leave from 4 to 6 and then come back in through the main gate.
Yeah. Can I? Okay, so I can't go that way anymore?
No, everything, just follow us. We'll let you out this gate here.
I go out that. Okay.
Yeah. And then at 6 o'clock, you can come back in.
Okay. Yeah. 6 a.m. You're saying you can
No,
come.
6 p.m. We just close it now to do our testing and set up the rest of our barricades. You'll be back in here in about 50 minutes.
Testing for 2 hours.
Yep.
Okay, and this is the last night you'll be doing that kind of.
Yes. Believe me, we're ready.
January 1st is the last day for all that stuff. Okay.
And then it goes back to regular, normal stuff.
Oh.
Just follow us and we'll get you out of here. And then at 6 o'clock, you can come back in.
Yeah, I just I need a couple of minutes. I need to. Yeah.
Over here at this gate. Look at the green light.
Not gonna kid myself, it's a little annoying in this spot with all the noisy traffic. But I want to get that cooking taken care of, so I gotta stay focused. Oh. This is a quiet area, right?
I'm sorry?
Quiet? The golden carrot has a couple of things that I have liked in my younger days, like ginseng and damiana, but those are not what I want to have now. The energy boost. My heart's going crazy at night. I have ginseng on top of that. If I have coffee, ginseng, whatever, anything that boosts my energy is just going to make my nights even worse. I need things to keep my heart calm. So all these enhancement herbs are just a little too much for me, or they feel like they're a little too much for me. So I like that they have unique things at that store, but I can't buy any of it. So the National Quilt Museum was established in 1991, according to the sign in front. It's national, and they're just quilts. There's no way they're charging money to look at them. They even offer some on display to look at from the outside. Excuse me? That made a noise when I walked by it. Huh. Well, I guess they're closed today. It says January 2 to 5. Huh. Oh well. That box beeped again. So it's not beeping on motion, it's beeping every 20 seconds. They got these quilt statues to support quilts. I think I might be able to park in this parking lot across from the Quilt Museum. Farmers markets are held there. Clark established Paducah? Huh. I didn't know that. Fort Massac. Oh, they stopped there too? That's cool. So, homeless aren't here right now, but it looks like they've maybe had an issue. There's bathrooms here. The police. Wow. Net Vision 360 Security Group. They show how to operate it. Position until level surface. Oh, and then it's all in a foreign language. Remove mast lock pin. Okay. Well, I guess this thing is kind of, it starts on its own, maybe. Oh, they gotta have to plug in still. Even though they got these big old solar panels, they gotta plug it in.